Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Hello. Sorry. Man, Gary's on one. Just be ready, everybody, because Gary is on one.
No, I'm not.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday night. Sorry we had to move things tonight. It was James's fault.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right.
James had a conflict, but thank you for being
He was
here.
hanging with Post Malone.
Yep. Not a big deal.
I'm so jealous. The one hockey game I don't go to, and Posty's there.
Yeah. He'll be back. We had a good conversation. He's a fan now.
Of the podcast?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Shout out to Post Malone. I wish he was a fan of the podcast. I'd love that. Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Back on track. Please make sure you are following along, that you are subscribed to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. We'd love a super chat or a super thanks. Follow us on all the social media platforms, Twitter and the Facebook group and Instagram. And you'll definitely want to check out the Instagram because we're doing a sweet giveaway, which we'll get to in just a second. Yeah, give us a 5-star review. Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, all the things. And speaking of that giveaway, so on our Instagram, we are giving away a set of Beehive meals right now. If you don't know what Beehive meals is, they're a local Utah company. It's like a meal delivery service.
So good.
But they deliver you freezer meals. So it's not like those ones where it comes to you
MREs.
and well, yeah, not an MRE, but it's not like the ones that come to you and then you have to make it yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Water.
No, this one, it comes in a big freezer cooler. You put it in the freezer, stick it away until you need it, and then you put it in a slow cooker or an Instapot, and then dinner's ready. We had one like the day after Thanksgiving because I was like, I'm not cooking anything.
They're great.
Stuck it in the crock pot. It was fantastic.
The other nice part is it comes with dry ice, and so you can run all kinds of experiments with your kids, which we totally did.
Did they wear gloves?
No, we don't touch it.
You just hold it in
You
your
just
hand?
have like I don't know.
Anyways, make sure you look them up
Toms.
at beehivemeals.com. They do delivery to Utah, Arizona, a lot of the surrounding states around here. But again, make sure you follow us on Instagram because we are giving away a set of Beehive meals.
They're great.
We'll give that away this Friday. So you have till this
You'll want
Friday to enter it.
It's
Yeah, and the food is great.
The food's so good. Throw in a crock pot, come back 4 hours later. That's it.
You'll want it.
Dinner's done. Takes
It's
all the
done.
guesswork out of dinner. There's a lot of football going on this week. All the other sports, NHL, where Post Malone happened to be last night. So if you want to make some bets, check out Bet Online. Bet Online continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen, with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, college basketball, NHL, to UFC. Head to Bet Online today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, the game starts here. All right, well, the season's over.
Yeah, how you feel about that? Where you at?
Depressing. It's depressing.
It's strange.
It's strange because this season, just like last season, it just like it got to a point where I was ready for it to be over. Stop the pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got 9 months now until college football.
I think I'm still in the, okay, I'm glad to have a little break. And then at the beginning of the year, well, no, it usually hits me in the spring, like when hockey ends and then there's no sports.
Nothing's
That's
baseball.
when I really miss college football.
Man.
Yeah, season's over.
Fortunately, there's still games though. Like there's
Yeah, a lot of
things-
football to
a lot of
watch. So
football
that's
to
fun.
watch, and that'll be fun because it's always nice when it's not your team. But man, it is. I'm bummed about it.
Yeah, I mean it. Look, it was a bad, terrible season. It's just the way it is. So
Can't
it's fun to watch. To me, it's still fun to go to games. But you know, it was over weeks ago, and we knew it. So fortunately, we got a win at UCF, which was great. I'm glad for the guys. I'm glad for the team.
Absolutely.
Because from all indication and from what you hear, is they never gave up.
Mhm.
I don't think there was major problems. You kind of heard some stuff, but I think some of that was actually exaggerated. Personally, I think the guys still bought in. Things didn't go their way, and so I'm glad because of all of that. the last game of the season, they took care of business on the road at UCF in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
And UCF does put up points.
Yeah. They
do
great
score.
rushing attack. So
get 2 pick sixes is always helpful. So what did we get? Offense gave us 1 TD. We got 2 pick sixes. And did we get 2 field goals? Is that what I remember?
I don't know. The game was
Something
so long
like
ago.
that.
And I watched it at like 1:30
And the D
in the
played well.
morning.
The play of the game had to be Reed when he jumped the line. And
That was jumped over the
that's like
running
a
back.
play of the year, man.
No, I'm with you. It was great for them to go out. And I said it the last couple weeks. You could tell that the team, they hadn't quit. And it would have been really easy for them to quit. Considering where we thought we were going to go versus where we ended up, it would have been really easy for guys to mail it in, to kind of, especially the upperclassmen, the seniors, guys who have a shot at going to the NFL. It would have been really easy for a guy like Reed, who you just mentioned, has a shot at the NFL. He was out there playing, and then go out on a win. You know, it was a good way. Obviously, this season was awful, but a good way to end it on a positive note.
It was nice to give, because we've talked about the defense all year, and that the defense has played really well this whole year. So it was nice for them to get the 3 pick sixes within the last 2 weeks of the season. Getting 2 in one game was just awesome.
Sweet.
And then letting Landon King scored our offensive touchdown. I mean, Batari came in, did what he needed to do for the 2nd year in a row.
Tons of credit to that guy, though.
I know, for sticking with the team, and you just...
The fact of the matter is there's no other 5th string quarterback in college football that's going to play this year, much less back-to-back seasons where he's coming in and starting the last game of the year. He's a walk-on, right?
Am
I wrong on that? I know he went to a junior college. I could be wrong on that. Either way, comes in.
I don't know.
Puts in all the work. He knows his role. He's a 5th string guy. Probably never going to touch the field, but knows the offense. And then when he's put in, dude goes 2-0. Good for him. It was great.
Okay, well, I'll say this, though. I don't want another year like this. We've had 2 years back to back, and for all the reasons, I'm not going to go into all that crap again.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I'm just saying, man, it's,
I know.
I'm done with that. It needs to turn around. Things have to be done to turn this ship around. And it starts, number one, like we've said probably multiple times this year, it's the QB, man. Mm-hmm. It's the most important position. Everybody knows it. You have to have a competent to top tier guy if you're going to have any shot at winning any games. And our guys just have been subpar. That's just reality. So hopefully that can be turned around, but I'm not interested in another season like this. No more. I don't want any excuses. They got to turn it around. That, as a fan,
when you're investing, especially when you're investing own money in it, season tickets and all the
they keep asking you for more.
And they keep asking you for more, and now with NIL and the collective and all the things that are going into it, you got to have a product on the field that makes you feel like it's worth it. Absolutely, I can't do it again. We said this last year, can't do it again, and we literally just kind of had copy paste this time. And I'm with you. We talked about this last week. Starts at the top, starts with that quarterback position, solidifying that quarterback position, and then it goes from there. I mean, Utah is in a spot where their defense is going to keep them in just about every single game. I mean, you look at this season, games we lost 7 straight. We were in every single one, except for Colorado.
Even then, 8 minutes to go, we're down by 11, moving the ball.
And we throw a pick. So the defense is going to keep you in every game. If you just have an offense that is serviceable, you're going to win more than not. And so I don't want serviceable. I want great. And we'll get into it. We're going to talk about it. The portal opened today, and there's already dudes in there.
Isn't it? It's tomorrow.
Or
Wednesday.
It opens tomorrow, but names have already gone into it.
Yeah, it's like the signing day and all that stuff.
You're right.
There's dudes. So let's go.
I think we get spoiled because Utah's had some success recently. At least, before the last 2 years, but
we had like,
for me,
Whittingham
always says it too, that Utah plays for championships.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm at. I don't want to just be good. I want to win it. So with the mentality that we play for championships, that was over weeks ago, and we all knew it. So yeah, bowl game would have been fine, but in today's world, bowl games really are kind of
Doesn't mean
It's
anything
too bad that-
anymore.
they're
That's
being
the case.
destroyed because of the 12
Yeah.
team. It's going to go to what,
Mhm.
14 teams in the next couple of
It'll
years.
probably go to 16 at some point.
So look, there's teams that are not going to make the playoffs that had good records or better records than us. But bottom line is, they're not in it either. They're not any better than us. As far as if you're looking for a championship, that's just the way it is. So
No, bowl game's it's not what it used to be. I know that it's still, and the coaches like it because it's extra practice for your team, all that stuff. And it's fun
Yeah.
for the team because they get the swag and all that stuff. But like, it's not what it used to be. The bowl games are meaningless now.
Well, and so many players now don't even play.
Yeah,
in
they
it.
don't play in them.
I mean, guys like, you look at last year. I mean, Florida State, like 2/3 of their team just didn't play in the bowl game
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they
even
didn't get into the playoffs. So we're all gonna quit and we're not gonna play in it for whatever reason. And that's just how it is now.
That's the thing. Even the quote unquote like big bowl games that used to be like the
Yes.
big ones, if it's not a playoff,
Mhm.
teams don't even play in it. Half
mean,
the team doesn't play in it.
We experienced that in the Rose Bowl against Penn State. We had guys not play. I'm still mad about it. I get it when you're making when you're making a future decision. We talked about that.
yes.
But the bowl games, unless it is in the playoff format, they're not as nearly as meaningful. And it does kind of suck because I love bowl season and I still do.
Oh, we watch them. We sit
Oh,
down and
great.
watch a game.
You're at work and you're like, it's 11 o'clock and you're going, wait, UTEP is playing Kent State? Yeah, I'll watch
Yeah,
that.
you
This is
turn it
great.
on. It's college football.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Thanks, John, for the cash.
Thanks, John. Hey, McDavid looked great the other night.
Hey, John, got you a
We-
puck, buddy. I'm going to mail that to you. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I promise.
Yeah, get that
I got
out.
to finally see him in person, and it was magical.
Yeah, we saw him, Draisaitl, and Nugent Hopkins score.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But all right. Question everyone, we don't know, at least I don't know. I haven't heard anything, but do you think Whitt is staying or going? What do people think?
No, man. The fact
Do you have a feel?
I think he's
with
staying. I've said it all along. I think he's staying.
So you haven't changed since
I haven't
last week.
changed. It's bugging me that I was hoping that we'd have a definitive answer by now. I mean, the portal opens tomorrow. Things can start to move. Signing day, like,
Signing day.
so I would have hoped that we would have had some clarity. I got to imagine behind the scenes that clarity's already there. The players that are coming in, they know what's happening. It is frustrating that we as fans don't know. No insight, whatever. I think he's staying personally.
Everybody else seems to be
Yeah, the
thinking
chat
he's
is.
staying. The perception is.
I'm with John.
I-
The longer it goes, the more I think he's staying. I think if he was leaving, he gets out in front of it. I'm out, turns the keys over.
I don't know. I haven't changed. I
You still think he's
I
gone?
think he's gone.
What are you gonna do with your shrine though if he leaves? Are you gonna keep it?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. He's a legend.
All right.
It stays in my closet forever. Sorry, Jesse.
Jesse prays to it too.
No, I don't. The timing is, but the timing would have been hard for him anyways. We just ended on
Mhm.
Friday. When would he announce it? Because it's the sign, all the transfer stuff.
Today.
He's not gonna do it while all the transfer stuff's going on. He doesn't want to overshadow. Any
Doesn't
of
have
it.
to. Doesn't have to be.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I haven't changed.
What are you like 55-45 that he's leaving? Or are you more like 75-25?
Yeah.
You're okay.
I'm leaning that more that he's.
See, I'm more like 60-40 that he's leaving.
Yeah.
I again, if he or that he's staying, excuse me, if he does leave, I'm not surprised and I'm not mad. I totally get it. The one request that I have, I don't care whether he retires this year or next year, when they build the statue, you have to include the Cavs.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all I ask
It
for.
should just be his calf.
Honestly, if they did a statue and it was nothing but just his foot and then the calf muscle and that was it, that would be fantastic.
Kyle Whittingham.
That was it. And just 2 calf muscles.
Or on his motorcycle.
That'd be pretty sweet. cut
the
off.
shot of him at game day last year, just on the motorcycle with
Full size.
the tank top.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one too.
I'm with Bryn. I think he calls it. And that doesn't mean I want it to be.
No,
Like we said, I'd love it either way. But I got to say, in some ways, it almost feels like it's time.
Yeah, I can
do it.
appreciate that.
Because ask yourself this question, and it's hard to, because I respect everything that Whittingham has done. But we always talk about on the pod, merit. We criticize players because of what they've done on the field. And you have to, so when it comes right down to it, yeah, unfortunate situations with injuries and so forth. But 2 bad seasons, and this season was bad. So, yeah, coaching you have to take responsibility. And so the question is, in today's new portal NIL world, would it be better to be fresh with younger guys, going to get a new OC and just move on? Or what everyone seems to be thinking is, let's go with Whitt 1 more year. So he has to adjust for just 1 more year in the new system. See, to me, the timing of it would seem, why not just do it now?
I think that
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, if this was 5 years ago, we were in this exact same situation, and NIL wasn't a thing. The transfer portal wasn't nearly what it is. I think it's a no-brainer.
I say even if he was younger and this was now.
Yeah, if he's 55, not 65,
it would
absolutely
he'd stay anyway.
There's no question. But you're right. It's the Nick Saban, where the game is so different. But none of us are sitting here saying that he's going to be here for 5 more years.
No.
If anything, it's 1 more season. So,
but I agree with Gary what you're saying. I mean, what's going to be different next year? You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, maybe, hopefully, we are better. We win more, win a championship next year. I get all that. But like he has already said, you can't keep waiting for the perfect scenario to go out. If that had been the perfect scenario, he would have left a couple years ago after winning Pac-12 2 years in a row. But then we lost the Rose Bowl. I know. So that's the thing.
Exactly.
But I do think
you can't look at it. You just go when it's time.
I think it's,
he's
few 65.
Very few athletes and coaches get the John Elway where they win the last one,
right?
And they get right off into the sunset. More often than not, it's not that situation. They stay a little bit too long. They go out on losing records. Like it doesn't happen that way. And so, I mean, Nick Saban, again, perfect example. He didn't win a championship and then go, I'm done. See, I'm going to game day. They didn't even make the playoff last year, and he was gone.
Yeah, it was,
so
okay.
But I think he's back.
Talk about the OC, offensive coordinator. Apparently, we were going for the dude from Washington State, Arbuckle, ended up going to Oklahoma. I mean, nothing official, but it sounds like
that's all the rumors and chatter.
Yeah, it's been reported by.
It's not like a reporter's never been wrong, but hey, let's just say that it was true. Okay,
never.
House fires.
I have not heard anybody else. Well, take that back. I've heard is it Texas State OC, young dude, guess a high potent offense. But bottom line is I've not heard names. Has anyone else heard any? I mean, real names.
So that's the problem. I've heard a couple of different names. The Texas State guy is the one.
Yeah.
And they've had a really good offense, but there's no substance to it outside of just Twitter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I've not heard anything
As we know, Twitter
substantial.
knows everything.
Yeah. There's no
official at all.
No.
What kind of? Okay, we don't know what kind of offensive coordinator. What do you want to come into Utah now? This is it. This is going forward.
I wanted
understanding the system as it is. What do you want as an OC and an offense?
The problem is that we know, whether it's Whittingham or Scally, we know the system, we know the defense, we know the structure. We know that it is defense first, don't lose us the game offense. That's the way it's going to be. So
you don't know that with
Scally. You don't know that
with
Scally.
You do not know that with Scally.
You don't, I mean,
I
don't think it is.
He will run the defense the same way, but that doesn't mean he's going to run the whole team the same way that he.
You have to look forward. That's the point. Who's it?
Yeah, I want a gunslinger back there, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want to throw for 400 yards a game.
I want an Oregon. I think you
They
have
run
to.
the ball a lot though.
They do run the ball, but they're efficient.
Well, that's
They're
fine though.
effective.
But that's
But that kind of
yeah.
offense.
We need something new. We need something that we need a spark. I want to
Use the
see
receivers.
passing. I want to see using the receivers, using the tight ends. Like I want more because that's what we have to do. That's what the teams do now. You have to keep evolving. You have to adapt or die. I want new.
Yeah, so I want to get 38 points a game. Unless you can hit 38, you're not. If you can hit 38, you're in it. We were going to talk about that. Amy, Juan Kenobi. So Noah Fafita is entering the portal. What do you think?
Give it to me.
What do you think?
Second
Brent?
I saw it, I tweeted, please. He would be a fantastic fit at Utah.
Well, and didn't he? I mean,
He wanted to come here.
yeah, like
His dad played here.
I don't know. I don't think his dad did. His uncle did.
Maybe his uncle. He had family.
His
that
uncle
played.
played under Urban
So
as a linebacker.
he's from Utah.
Probably some
He
others. I'm
didn't
not
get
sure.
offered. He wanted to come to Utah, didn't get offered, goes to Arizona and kicks our butt twice.
Yeah, but you look at the teams that offered him. It was like Utah State.
Yeah.
The
Right. Oh,
but he's developed
He's
to where he is,
developed.
man.
so
that's the thing. That's what I've been talking about. I want a guy like Fafita. We know he can throw it. He's played for a couple years. He's been the starter for a couple years. That's what I want.
Kicked our butt.
Yeah.
twice.
I want the experience. I want somebody like that. Now, people in the chat are saying that apparently he hasn't actually entered the portal.
Well, you can't.
I mean,
But I saw it's all over the place.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. If he is or isn't, I'll say this. I've seen that he is. Walt Merrick. If he does end up in the portal, I would be excited to go after the guy.
I would
That's
want
it.
that's the kind of guy I want. Exactly that. A guy who's been in college for a while. You can turn on the film and go, dang, this guy can throw the ball. I mean, we saw it do it to Rice Cycles. He made some throws that I just went, okay.
what about Miller Moss?
There's Miller Moss.
Okay. He comes in 2 for me behind Fafita.
But would you go after a guy like that? I would.
Oh, if there was interest to come into Utah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I watched him play against LSU and he made some passes. He's a really, really good quarterback.
Mature kid.
Mature. Well, and let's be honest, it's all an improvement of this current situation. So
Lincoln Riley, OC, and Miller Moss, QB. There you go. Morgan Scally, head coach.
and bring the towel boys.
And
I do think
you can't have the towel
Moss
boys.
over Fafita. No,
Oh,
Would
wow,
ya?
Interesting.
I'm
not there, but
I'm not there yet. But if we got the notification that Miller Moss was coming to Utah,
Yeah, I'd be excited.
Look, I can't. We need someone like these guys.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying. If it's not them, we need somebody. We don't need to look for another project. We've got guys that are good if they want to stick with us for a year or two to develop themselves. You can see it with Rose and with Wilson. Now, all these guys, Heward's here, some other dudes, they're not going to stay, but they're not ready to be the starter. In today's world, we need a guy like one of them. Otherwise, we've got no shot.
I'm curious what if we do bring an OC, if he'll bring his own guy in.
Well, if he's
Which
good,
would be
I don't
great.
care. Bring him.
Because that was a big speculation. There was a kid, I don't know his name. He had committed to Texas State
Yeah, and then decommitted.
and then decommitted. So there was that speculation. Again, none of this is official.
Here's the
Rising
thing.
is brought up again. whether-
Yeah, Cam, we don't know.
We don't know.
We
I
still don't
assume
know.
Cam's not going to be playing. I just make that assumption at this point.
I do too.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't know anything until
Yeah, I don't want.
Spring ball.
It's not for us right now. It's done. That ship sailed.
The thing is that's like the transfer portal, the signing day stuff, this stuff, I can't keep up with it.
no.
I know there's some fans that like live and die by it and they follow it.
No,
I can't do it. It's too much because again, it's happening all right now. There's still football going on right now. It drives me
I know,
nuts
I
that this
don't
is
hate that.
happening
And all
right
these guys
now.
can switch.
I know it's so strange to me. The
not- they can
season's
commit,
not
but they leave.
over. And so it's hard to keep track of it now. And then there's another one like in February, and then spring ball happens, and
There's
some of these
another
they might leave, or they might play for a month and then leave. Like, I can't do it.
Well,
I can't keep up. It's too much information. Like, I just show me who's going to be the team in the fall, and I will get excited about them.
Well, I tweeted this out, that always remember that the transfer portal giveth and it taketh. Okay. So far, we haven't lost anybody that I
Knock on wood.
but it's going to happen. So just know there's guys, it happens every year, and people are gonna leave that you didn't expect, or that you really like, or that made an impact. But then you get a guy like Cam Calhoun that comes in and makes an impact immediately. So it's balancing that and having a net positive.
Do you love Calhoun's tweet on Saturday where he said, "Go blue"?
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm not
transferring. Yeah.
He was cheering for his old team, for Michigan.
Hey, can I just ask this? Since we're talking about Miller Moss and Tony Yu, USC guys, and there's a few others that follow us. Honestly, USC, how is USC buried in the middle of the Big Ten and are insignificant, and they're from Southern California? With all that talent, what is going on? I can't imagine. They should be at the top all the time with the talent in in California.
I told you all this was going to happen.
It's amazing to me. I would be, if I was a SC guy or a Southern California guy, I'd be going crazy, man.
Is Lincoln Riley still going to be there? Do you
I think for another year.
You think so? I don't know. I don't know the buyout situation. I don't know the money situation, but that fan base and those big dollar donors cannot be happy. This is embarrassing.
Well, no, because they went from, what was his name? Helton, who was kind of a train wreck, and they went too long with him. And so then Riley was going to be the saving grace for the team, and they haven't done it. I know they won the Heisman.
They won the Heisman, but they didn't win the Pac-12. And now this transition, they blow up the Pac-12 for this, and then they go and are middle of the road over there, and then get embarrassed by a rival, Notre Dame, over the weekend. I mean, it is bad.
And it's not just their defense anymore. It seems like, because that was, I mean, I guess it is, but when we were playing them, it was their defense was always their downfall.
I guess all I'm saying though is consider it's USC. They have national championships, Heisman Trophy winners. Tons of guys in the NFL all over the place. It's a storied, one of the top programs in college football in California.
Well, with all the NIL money they could ever want,
and all the money, I think they've got the top high school teams, or at least some of the top high school teams in all of the country. And this is where they're at. I'm just saying, man, if I was a USC fan with what they actually should be.
Well, then I think
come on, man.
It's Riley, because you said at the beginning, it comes down to the coach. The coach has to take the responsibility for it. It comes down to the coach. So I think it comes down to Lincoln Riley. I don't know.
Just saying. SC.
Look,
I'm not crapping on USC.
No, me either. I'm just going, wow.
Genuinely makes me curious. Tony, I'll be honest. I have not watched much of their game. I'm going to look up their schedule right now.
Games.
But it's surprising me. No excuses. They should talent alone be able to win
California, the weather,
9 games, and then be the top 4 teams. Did they lose to like Rutgers this year or something like that?
They lost some close games. I mean, they were in it in a lot
of
Florida.
No excuses either.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah, and see, Florida is bringing what's his name back.
Yeah, but he turned it around.
Napier. That's
towards the end of the year.
Towards the end of the year.
All right, enough of those guys.
Oh, they beat Rutgers. All right.
What about?
It was Maryland, I was thinking.
All right. I'm curious what others are going to think as well. But so we've got the Big 12 championship game set with ASU, Iowa State. What do you think about that? Does it matter to you who wins? I mean, where are you at with how it played out?
I mean, it was interesting. It really did come down to Saturday night before they knew.
Which was fun.
It is fun. We've experienced that. We experienced that a couple of times. I Iowa State almost blew it against whoever they were playing. Who were they playing? Kansas State.
That was a weird game.
You tried to give it to him.
It was a weird game. I don't know. My money's on Arizona State. Of course, I haven't looked up to see like how the teams match up. Guess I can do that.
So I have it pulled up right now.
Are you all right with, okay, there's basically 4 teams that were in the running to get there.
Mhm.
Are you okay with the teams, or does it matter, or any of that stuff?
Well, I'll be honest. There were 2 teams that I was glad are not in it.
Are they the ones?
Colorado and the other one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was glad to keep them out. Keep them out. They don't deserve to be in there.
Yeah, you can't lose to Kansas at home and then expect to get in. I'll say, look, those were the teams I was cheering for.
Would you say cheering for, or just
You were just glad to have them.
Arizona State
preferring
cheering for.
certain teams to win?
Anyone who knows and has been a fan of this podcast for more than 2 years, the fact that I am saying this,
Yeah.
Arizona State, I am
I know.
on the bandwagon.
Ew, I
2
know.
things.
It's
One,
gross.
Dillingham. I
Yeah.
said it when they hired him. I thought it was a great hire. I love what he's doing. 2, they never should have gone away from the Sparky logo at Arizona State. It pisses me off every time I turn them on and they've got the Sparky logo on the helmet and he's got the pitchfork. And then they go back to that stupid. I hate it. Those are my 2 things.
Okay.
So I was cheering actively for Arizona State. That baby was over.
You were cheering against. In other words, you were cheering for them because you were cheering against
Another team
Well,
getting in.
Okay, sure.
That's me. I was not cheering for ASU necessarily.
No, I want ASU to win it at this point. But yeah, okay, of course. Because if the alternative was hell. Okay. But then, yeah, the Iowa State game where it looked like it was like 12 degrees.
Yeah.
That was freaking
It
cold,
looked
man.
so cold. And they tried to give it
Fat
away.
guys with no shirts on. Seriously, how do you survive?
I give them credit. K-State is the weirdest team.
The
by
Big
the way.
12 is so weird.
K-State has moments if you're like, damn, they are good. And then 3 minutes
And then
later,
the dude,
he's running into the freaking end zone and hucking a. And I'm going,
Oh, that was so...
what are you doing?
cut the hair. That's the problem. He needs to cut the hair. He looks like he's 12 years
Johnson? Avery Johnson?
Yeah,
Doesn't he look goofy?
That was the worst play I've ever seen.
I know. It was so mind-boggling to me. So that game, yeah, obviously I was cheering for Iowa State hard in that one.
I mean, Iowa State, what? It's their first 10-win season ever.
Yeah, ever. Welcome to the club. And then the Houston game was weird. I don't know how it all played out, that Houston had to lose. Otherwise, Colorado would have gotten in over Iowa State. I don't understand all the tiebreakers. It made no sense to me.
No.
No, that's not right.
It was if the Zubies lost.
Excuse
So-
me. If Houston had to win, if
Yeah,
Houston
if
won,
Houston had won,
it would have kicked Iowa State out. That's
I know.
what it was.
I couldn't
Doesn't
figure it out
matter.
either. It was
I'm
like
just glad the Zoobs and the Zoobs and the Colorado's out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was. And especially, I'll agree with what Dion said the week before
That's it.
Yeah.
when they lost to Kansas. I agree with everything he said. He goes, you guys were reading your own highlights and newspaper clippings and whatever the crap he said. I love it. I think it's great. He's done great things there, but man, he's not wrong. You can't lose to Kansas and expect to get in the championship game.
It's going to be an interesting game.
It's gonna be a fun,
I think
physical game.
I would say I bet ASU wins it. That's my feel toward the game.
That's my feel too.
Dillingham, I like a lot, but sometimes he gets a little geeky for me. It's a little too much. I know he's young and enthusiastic, and that's who he is, and that's part of what gets him going.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Well, the end of the BYU game
Calm it down. That was
made me think a
over the top.
little twice about him. I like him. I've always liked how much respect he has had for Utah and for Whittingham. I've always very much appreciated that. The way that whole thing, the way his calls and then the way he handled it, I don't know. But
Tony, you.
Yes.
are you new here,
Yeah,
Tony?
you knew?
What do you mean?
The thing about Arizona State,
Of
They were-
course, we were
they
cheering
were-
for anyone over that other team.
they were picked to finish 16th in the conference in the preseason poll, which again, we've talked about this. Preseason polls are the stupidest things on earth.
I'm never picking anything again. Never.
We're going 12-0.
So we're
next
just
year.
not going to have a podcast
No prediction.
You
all-
heard it here first.
all throughout the
Clip it.
summer.
Weirdos.
We're not going to predict anything.
They were finished last, and they're in the championship game. Good for them. And then Iowa State, yeah, I mean, they've never had a 10-win season.
Yeah.
They haven't won a conference championship since the Great Depression. So it's a cool story. The crappy part is it's literally at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
No, I just saw that. I can't even
10 a.m. So that's what I'll be doing.
on ABC.
Right now, Arizona State is a 1.5 favorite. So it's pretty much a pick 'em game at this point.
Not on ESPN. Interesting.
Okay, so we have other league championships, which, okay, so we've got, just tell me what you think, who's going to win. Who you think's going to win? Penn State, Ohio State.
No, Penn State,
No.
Oregon.
Yeah, right. Penn State, Oregon, Big Ten.
Oregon.
Oregon's going to win that.
Oregon's going to win.
I think that.
Go Ducks.
Oh,
I'm jumping on. I'm going to be a Duck fan from
What?
now on. Yeah.
Bryn, you're
I
such a
decided, you know what? I
kiss up.
I can't handle this Utah stuff anymore, so I'm going Oregon.
What the? What's this?
Move on.
What is this?
I don't know.
She's losing it. She's lost it.
Gary, move on.
She's
Oregon.
lost it.
Okay,
Okay, SEC.
Georgia, Texas.
Yeah, Georgia, Texas. I'm taking Texas.
I'm taking Georgia.
Are you?
Big
Really?
game.
Even though they had to go to 8 overtimes against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's the most
Georgia's
perfect.
so weird.
Exactly. It's the most.
Fired. She's out.
That's fine.
Bryn, you're fired.
That's fine. I'll
It's the
go.
most-
I'll go join the Oregon podcast.
Georgia thing to then come out and beat
Jeez.
Texas by 17 points. So I'm going Georgia.
I'm saying Texas.
ACC, Clemson, SMU.
I don't know what to make.
I don't know what to make of it. SMU, to be honest with you.
Hyping up SMU, and I looked at their schedule. They've got one loss early on in the year, but they don't have any marquee wins.
I'm going Clemson,
They haven't played Clemson already.
but I don't have a good
They
reason.
didn't play Miami.
Seriously.
I'm going SMU. Seems like they've got things rolling right now.
Bryn's a tiebreaker. Yeah, David Swenson knows what it's up.
I don't know. I could see Clemson coming in there and pulling the upset.
It's
on
more that I can't stand Dabo. So
Dabo.
I'm cheering for SMU.
Okay, well, and then the other one you didn't mention is Friday night, which is the Mountain West
Right, I was
one.
getting because I was going to the P4, and then we have
Got it.
Then you've got the Mountain West, which is
UNLV,
Boise.
and Boise State.
I think Boise's going to do it.
I think Boise kills them. I think Boise's a legit top 6 team in the country. Their one loss comes against Oregon by 3 points
I don't know.
At the very beginning of the
at the
season.
very beginning of the season. I think that they're really solid
You don't think
with
Boise's going to win
with the best player in college football.
that game.
against
no, I think they're
UNLV?
Yeah, I think you're going to win that game. Okay, but so obviously all of this has major ramifications on the 12 team.
Yeah.
So I mean, the committee gave out their
the all-knowing committee.
the all-knowing committee
with the
gave
bow
out
to
stuff today, but it really is not going to. It's not going. It doesn't matter until these games are played
right.
because there's going to be an upset or two, and it's going to rejigger the whole thing.
I hope. There's a lot of
However,
upsets. I love it.
it does tell you the scam that is in because you have 4 teams. If you look at the one today, you have 4 teams from the SEC. You got 4 teams from the Big Ten, Notre Dame, 1 from the Big 12, 1 from
And
the
then-
ACC.
Well, let's just go
That's
through.
a joke.
Let's
man.
just go through them really fast. So Oregon 1, Texas 2, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, SMU, Indiana, Boise State, Alabama, Miami, Ole Miss, and then it keeps going down. from there.
4-4.
But- So Ohio State, see, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
They're not even playing in their championship game.
The fix. That's why they want the 12 teams, so
I
they can get
know.
all of their teams in because those 2 conferences what control it all, and it's playing right out.
Yeah, and Alabama's at 11th.
But again,
They just want us.
and the thing though, and I got to admit though, you have So the top 4 seeds, they have Boise State as the 4th seed over the Big 12 champion.
You know, I got to be honest. I agree with it. I do,
don't know, man.
I agree with it.
I don't.
Because
I've watched the Big 12 this year.
But you haven't
Well,
watched the
yeah.
Mountain West.
I've watched Boise play
Okay.
in a handful of games. Not everyone, but I've watched enough. And we all know the Big 12 is drunk. The Big 12 is very up and down, but it is not a super strong conference. I have no issue.
It's above the Mountain West, dude.
It's above the Mountain West, but I don't think that our champion is better than Boise. I don't.
But okay, be that as it may, I'm not talking Boise. Think about it. Of all the teams of the top 12, okay, 5 and up, you're telling me Boise State is actually better than Tennessee, Alabama,
Well, no.
Georgia?
No.
That's
doesn't
why I
it-
think it's kind of a.
The automatic bye week, isn't that tied to conference championships?
yeah.
Yeah. So if Georgia,
automatic
But
bid.
the automatic bid,
But there's only
right, there's
It
4,
was
so
the
one's
4.
going to be left out. Everyone thought it would be the Big 12 would be slotted into that group of 4 automatic, but I don't think we've earned it. I do not.
I know. I'm not saying whether it's ASU or not. What I am saying is Boise State is not better than those SEC teams. They're not better than Ohio State.
I don't know. Ohio
So I don't know how you
State
do
by
it. Whether
Michigan.
you do it by the rankings and you do it, I don't know. But it's come on. No one thinks Boise's better than those teams.
I do.
No way, man.
Well, if you need somewhere to watch all of these championship games,
Well, I'm not done with this argument.
Yes, we're done.
we're done. We got to move on.
No, I have to say this real quick. First of all, keep in mind that this is a TV show. Okay.
Yeah.
True.
This is, yes, we're
That's true.
football fans and we want the best teams. The committee doesn't give a crap about that. They are looking at this as how can we make the most money? Okay. You know how they make the most money? They put in Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Ohio State. They put in Michigan if they could. Hence, they're going to put in as many of those teams as possible. So when Alabama came in at 11, I wasn't surprised. Those dudes have lost 3 games. They have no business being in the playoff. However, of course they were going to put them in because it's a big dollar amount. And I'm just so sick of the committee going, well, we really sat down and we looked at their schedule versus Miami's schedule and all that. Don't blow smoke at my ass. I know what you're doing.
James.
Okay. You're doing it for money. Just come out. They're like
Okay.
politicians. No, this
That's
is
why
my
they went
rant for
to
the
12
week.
teams.
James's rant.
Well, they went to the 12 teams.
I understand that. So that they could add more of these teams
Mhm.
so they
Yeah.
could put more money in it.
Yeah.
Don't be a politician and come out here and say all these things. No, just say, you know what? We put Alabama in because they're eyeballs and money and we want more money. So we left Miami out. Just say it. We all know.
See, then it is. It's like, why do we even play?
Exactly.
It's the whole Saban thing. Well, if Alabama played everyone, we'd win every game. Well, no, you don't
You
because
don't.
you've been beat 3 times this year.
Right.
So
All right.
it is
bugs me.
frustrating.
It pisses me off. Hopefully it
Obviously.
funnels its way down. But it does. It really bugs me that it's automatically every year it's automatically going to be 3 SEC teams and there's going to be 3 Big Ten
Least.
teams at least. Don't be surprised that there's a year where there's 4 SEC teams.
That's what they've gotten right now.
And then I think it'll be 3 by the end of it all. But if it's 4, I'm not
It's going to be 4-4. Right now it's 4-4. And if
And then
everyone
we've got,
wins,
and then, hey, Big 12, here's your 1 ACC.
Yeah, you're
lucky to
12th.
get 1, and you're 12th, and your first game is Georgia. Hey, we're going to put it in Atlanta on a neutral site. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it's so true. Okay,
Right,
well,
gotta
as
pay the
I was
bills.
saying, if you need somewhere to watch all of these championship games, head to Bout Time Pub and Grub. And like the Big 12 championship is happening at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Well, that's perfect because Bout Time has brunch every single weekend from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They even have a Bloody Mary bar, build your own mimosas every day. They have more TVs than tables. Check out bouttimepub.com to find the location nearest you. We're also going to thank our sponsor, Be Neat Cleaning Company. Be Neat Cleaning Company is a local cleaning company here in Utah. They offer home cleaning, construction cleaning, commercial cleaning, move in, move out cleaning. Look them up at beneatcleaningco.com to schedule your free consultation. Mention the Utah Football Fans podcast for $40 off your first house cleaning. I keep saying it, fellas. I'm giving you a Christmas present for your wives right now. Just call Beneat Cleaning Co. She will thank you. There's so much going on with the holidays. You don't have to think about
That's
cleaning
an
your
automatic
house.
Christmas present right there.
I
Boom,
know.
you're done.
It's perfect. They do such a good job too. So look them up, beneatcleaningco.com. Our last sponsor we want to thank is Thomas Orthodontics. Dr. Thomas is a board certified orthodontist. Thomas Orthodontics offers various orthodontic services, including traditional braces, clear aligners, children, adult orthodontics. They also specialize in jaw alignment and bite correction procedures. Look them up at thomasortho.com. James, you're getting lots of love here in the chat. Everyone liked
man.
your rant.
I'm so sick of it.
I know.
I'm so sick of every single year we watch the games. We watch the games like idiots. We sit here. Alabama loses to Oklahoma, who is a more or less a dumpster fire.
Vanderbilt.
They lose to Vandy. Yeah, they lose to Vandy, and everyone's going, "Oh, they're done. That's it. Awesome. Now somebody else can come. Ole Miss, go on in. Miami, it's your turn." Just for the committee to go, yeah, right. You thought we'd leave them out?
No. It is. It's BS.
It is
Okay.
BS. And then it pisses me off.
What about? Yeah, Bryn's fired. The rant
Maybe
goes to
since Bryn's
James.
fired the rant, that's fine. James can now rant from now on
I'm-
because I'm out of
I'm
here.
curious what you think, people in the chat. What do you think about the fights or the fight between Michigan and Ohio State and flag planting in the opposing team's logo?
Stadium.
What do you think about all that?
I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. It just kept going on. The flag planting, I think I disagree with you. It happens every time. Why is it this time, all of a sudden, this weekend, there was like 5 brawls that broke
Doesn't
out
happen all the
because of it?
time.
It does
My
happen.
question is, are you okay with it?
I think it's dumb, but I don't think it should warrant what happened. A brawl like that. If you don't want them planting their flag on your stadium, then you should have beat them. That's how I feel. And I think pepper spraying the players was insane.
Yeah, the pepper spraying, that was nuts.
I think it
a
was
freaking riot.
Here's
it did
It
turn
kinda
into a
did.
riot. Yeah.
my favorite. I'll get into my opinion. My favorite was Ryan Day standing like this.
Yeah, see, that bugged me too.
Yeah, but he went off the. See there, you missed. He actually left the field.
Okay, that you've got to
And then
dudes
no
off
way,
the
man.
field.
I thought it was cool. I'd let my players take care of business.
Here's my thing.
No.
I loved it. I loved it for the fact
I love the brawl.
I love the rivalry. I love the hatred. I love the fact that Ohio State players said, "Hell no, you're not planting your flag." On
I hope our team would have done the
I
same
hope
thing.
our team would have done the same freaking thing. If I'm standing there in the stands and I see my rival
Well, we should do it.
plant their flag in the middle of the field and my team doesn't do anything, that pisses me off. I want my team fighting. Now, it got out of hand, the pepper spray, all that stuff. But no, you don't get to plant your flag on
It
my
happens
field.
all the time though.
Mm-mm.
After our rivalry game, they didn't stick it in the middle of the field, but they were waving their flags
Totally
around.
different. Totally different.
Why is that different?
They're
Because it is.
it's the planting of the
Good
flag.
answer. Because of
But it did happen. There was the North Carolina game that happened. The Arizona State player went out and stabbed the fork into the middle of their field, and their guy. No, you're not coming onto my. Yeah, you beat me, but you're not coming onto my field and disrespecting it. And especially you've got a bunch of 18 to 22-year-old freaking just testosterone warriors out there. No, it's not. It's not happening.
Well, but see, it would never happen with Utah because Whittingham would never. No, he wouldn't. He
Yeah,
would
he
be
would.
like Sarkisian, where he would say, "We're getting off the field. Let's go."
Not on your home field. Look, I don't think they should be allowed to do it because this is what's going to happen. And if
Well,
other
obviously.
teams are stupid enough to do it, then I think the home team has every right to go say, no, not here.
You know the argument of, well, you had 60
You won, you
minutes to-
beat us, be excited, but don't be disrespectful to us. That's it.
I don't see the difference between sticking the flag in the middle of the field and as they all do, and it happened to us, they're all out there waving
Big
the
difference.
flag, and the players are out there going like this to the crowd
Yeah.
and all. I mean, that's what happened at the
Yeah,
end
it's
of our
annoying,
game.
but that's okay.
What blew my mind is to find out that other fan bases disagree with their rival. I could not
Oh, that's weird.
believe
I know, right?
that.
What do you mean?
I'm making fun of people.
He can't believe that Michigan and Ohio State people would hate each other and that they
just
would
kumbaya
that they
after
would-
the game.
they don't
No.
hold hands afterwards and say good game. And
You
shake
swap your
hands.
jersey?
Yeah.
I,
Can you believe
What?
that?
Spit with
Okay.
each other?
Can you believe
Yes.
that didn't happen?
This is I would so much the amount of times I watch an NFL game and they go out, they play against each other, and then at the end of it, the two dudes go, "Hey, you want to swap jerseys? Oh, good. Let's take a picture
Oh,
together."
yeah.
No, I hate that. I miss the old days where they legitimately didn't like each other, and that's
But
why
that's like old teammates swap the jerseys and stuff when they're playing.
you'll see it in college too. Guys that know each other go up and they're, "Hey, good job."
You want the hatred.
I want the hatred. I want the hatred. I want to feel like they hate them as much as I hate them.
They look, Michigan won. They should be excited. They should be, the Zoobs when they beat us, they're all dancing around, dancing on the U in the middle of the field. They were waving whatever.
So
It
I don't
pissed
get
me
the,
off,
I don't
but-
get the difference.
But I get it. But when they all go out there as a team and plant their freaking flag on your logo, it's different. And I'd expect Utah to take them out. So I liked it. Okay.
That game was weird though. What the heck,
So many,
Ohio State?
interceptions in the end zone.
Yeah,
Ohio
like on
State
the 15-yard
chokes.
line. I know.
It was a great. It was
Chip Kelly,
Chip.
what kind of game plan?
Did he
He
just
had the
like,
worst.
It was the worst.
There's no way they should have lost. Oh, so that leads me to this. Should Ryan Day be fired?
Look, they've lost to Michigan 4 straight times. How weird would that be for the guy to make the playoff and then get fired? Because they're in the playoff.
Yeah, they're in the playoff. But you can't lose 4 in a row.
4 to your rival.
He shouldn't be fired, but I could see it happening because people are so emotional
won't
and
get fired.
illogical about this stuff. He's really only lost to Michigan.
He's lost. You know how many games he's lost?
6.
10.
He's lost 10. Oh my god.
He's lost 10 games, and
I
4
heard-
of them.
I heard 6.
No, he's lost 4 of them have been to Michigan.
Okay, but again, you've lost to one team.
So it's 6
Yeah,
other
but
losses
it's-
besides Michigan.
Right. That's what it is.
Got it.
Can you figure that out?
And one of those is Oregon, who's the best team in the country right
Right.
now.
Yeah, it's weird, but
You can't.
I don't think we
fire a dude.
understand the rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State. It is massive.
Oh yeah.
No, I could see they're going to have donors, NIL, collective
Yeah.
people who are going to be calling for him to be fired. I think it probably happened last year too, that they were calling for him to be fired.
Twice they lost to
The
Oregon.
thing that's crazy is the week before,
true.
Ohio
yeah.
State looked so amazing that I thought, man, if they play Oregon again in the championship, I think they'll beat Oregon. And now they're not even in the championship game, but they still be in the playoff.
Here's how I think that if they don't win the national championship, he's gone. That's my prediction.
know
They're going to fire him now. They're going to the playoffs.
Right. how many schools will be lining up with the Brinks truck if they do fire him. There will be 50 schools.
He's had so much talent, though, dude.
I understand that, and they've done unbelievably
But
well.
they probably paid more money than any other team.
Well,
I think
This
Oregon's
is like-
one, and then they're two.
Yeah, but I've heard
I've heard
this
Ohio
is
State,
the most
but-
expensive team ever, Ohio State's. But I don't know
I
how it
think
matches
so.
up with
And look,
Oregon's.
they're
I
in
bet
the
he's
playoff.
gone if he does that. And
They're
then
in the
they'll go get Urban Meyer to come back and whip it in shape, baby. I wish I would dig. I would love Urban Meyer to go back.
I don't think you. How do you fire a guy? I understand.
They've done it before. I can't
That's
remember.
what I'm saying.
It's been done.
Maybe he'll have to take a mental health break like Urban did. And
Yeah.
that's
Well, that was for other reasons, but yeah.
Urban come in and whip those boys into shape.
honestly, there's probably
Urban's
two
methods
schools
are
in the
not-
entire country.
Urban's methods are not appropriate anymore.
Yeah, but if you want to be a winner,
Can you-
you suck it up and go with Urban Meyer.
Okay, outside of Oregon, okay, I'm gonna say Oregon. Outside of Oregon, what other school would not take Ryan Day like that?
Well, except
Penn State would leave James Franklin on
Maybe.
the
I'm
tarmac.
just saying, you got to look also though with the talent pool you're working with. He hasn't won a national champ. See, they're at a different level than
understand.
most
Oh no, you're right.
top tier.
And they're spending.
They'd CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
They've had all this top tier talent, haven't won a natty, and they've lost
It's true.
4 to Michigan. Their standard is not what
You're right.
We're
Their
at.
standard is on par with like 3 other schools in the
Right.
entire country. It is literally beat Michigan and win national
that's it.
championships.
They're not doing it,
everything
And
else.
they haven't done
Everything
those.
else.
which is
is
weird.
irrelevant.
I mean, but I think that's what their
And
standard.
then they
is.
would go and get the Oregon head coach, and he'll go over to Ohio State.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Planning?
Just kidding. They
Don't-
would though.
Don't say
Ryan
that
Day's
to-
beard. Do it.
Sure, Steve. Go ahead.
All right, one last
Grow a
thing. This
beard.
is pro. Was the hit, everyone's seen this, was the hit on Trevor Lawrence a cheap shot or just the way it goes?
It was 100% a cheap shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Think.
I don't know.
The only thing about it that makes me say cheap shot, if you watch it, look, it's bang, bang. We've talked about football. It's bang, bang. He doesn't know, is he going to slide? Is he not?
Yeah.
He forearms Trevor Lawrence in the face. He's a repeat offender. This is not his first time. And it is forearm to the face.
He hit him right here.
He hits him in the face with
Hit
his
him right
forearm.
here. And then his head went down.
It's a broken system because you watch on Thanksgiving, Caleb Williams fakes like he's going to go out of bounds, comes back in, gets hit, and then he's crying about the guy hit me. Well, yeah, because you faked going out of bounds.
Well, that was because his leg almost got
Yeah, but it's his own damn fault.
twisted up
Go out of
behind
bounds.
him.
James has a potty mouth on our podcast.
Go out of bounds. Okay.
You're supposed to have the beep.
So
button.
then you look at Trevor Lawrence.
I don't think it works. Can you
Okay.
hear that?
Oh, yeah. He doesn't know. It's Trevor Lawrence is going for the first down. Is he going to slide? Is he not going to slide? Who knows? It's aggressive. It's an aggressive sport. He's not a quarterback anymore. He's a runner. But it's the forearm to the head, and it's like his 4th offense. For me, that's what puts it over the top.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we seen little Patrick Mahomes run? He looks like he's going to go out of bounds, so the defender kind of goes, and then he comes back in and gains 15 more yards. And Chris Collinsworth is going, "That's the greatest play I've ever seen." Oh my
It's not just
God."
out of bounds. He's done it. He looks like he's going to slide and then
Yeah.
keeps
And
running.
it keeps running, and the defender looks like an idiot because if you sneeze on Patrick Mahomes, you get a flag.
Can we? I don't know if I want to bring this up. The Raiders losing.
Do we have to bring
In
that
the- but-
garbage up?
Yes, because it was the weirdest thing I've ever
Man,
seen. And of
I'm in a
course,
good mood.
no, you're not. And of course,
No, he's not.
it happened to the
I'm
Raiders.
in a good mood.
You're not. In a, you are all over the place tonight.
I'm just fiery, and I'm right.
Okay, but what the heck happened? They wouldn't even show
It's
us.
the Raiders. That's what happened.
I know.
It's the Raiders and the
center-
Chiefs and
Yeah.
the NFL.
And the Raiders were going to win. And so then, but he
The
snapped the,
Chiefs can't even
ball.
believe they won. Did you see their faces? They go, wow, how did that happen?
I know. Well,
Yeah.
and then Mahomes handed the money over to the ref and then walked right off.
And they
But
kissed. Patrick and the ref, little kisses. Going to dinner after this? Yeah, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe what I was watching though. And of course it was the Raiders.
The great,
know,
powerful Patrick Mahomes.
I'm so
O'Connell.
numb.
Hey, Ballsack. Yeah, we've got O'Connell as the QB.
It's so pathetic.
It's
so bad.
God.
Great name, by the way. Balzac. I might steal that as my.
I'm so
gamer
numb.
tag.
James Ballsack.
Balzac.
Numb to the Raiders at this point. It's like, what a goal.
Ute fans.
Yes, we beat UCF. Correct.
You must have missed that.
That
We
was the
talked
first-
about an hour ago.
That's how we
Hey,
started.
we roll with whatever.
It's football, baby. This is an
Football.
everything podcast.
Football.
Now, anyway, because
Well, yeah,
Seahawks.
season's over.
oh,
but-
coronavirus is back.
Oh, you're back. Welcome back. All right. Well,
Thank you, boy.
championship games this weekend.
We have
Okay.
a Balzac, Alberta.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Is that a location?
I mean, we'll be back from. We don't know exact schedule because there's a lot of football to talk about, but
Yeah. there's
wish it was
champ-
Utah ball we could be
championship
talking
games,
about, but
playoffs,
you know,
some of the bowl
a
games.
lot of
I don't
important
know.
stuff happening.
playoffs are gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be good. Hopefully, there's some upsets this weekend, and long as it's entertaining. That's all I care about. Just make it entertaining.
You just have to enjoy the college football while it's still around.
Pretty much going to be NFL 2.0 in about 5 years from now. So enjoy it.
Well, and of course, with Utah, any breaking news, we might have to hop on here and give our thoughts. We'll see.
There will be.
There's going to be breaking news coming out.
We're gonna be hearing
In the next 48 hours, I fully anticipate knowing a lot about the Utah program.
Really?
Honestly, I'm shocked we didn't hear today. But the next 48 hours, I think that we'll know the OC and Whitt's future. We have to. We absolutely have to. I'm shocked we don't yet.
Well, go Utes.
Go Utes.
Hopefully it's all. James can go relax now. He ranted.
Drinking so many Red Bulls.
Hey, dude.
Go Utes.